Observe the world around you, and you will notice a singular rule. Everything exists in a state of constant, unavoidable change. Bodies age, external situations that bring us pleasure eventually fade. Even our internal landscape is in perpetual motion, swinging between deep anxiety and quiet calm. But if absolutely everything, including our own thoughts, is always changing, who or what is the entity actually observing this change happen? In Vedic philosophy, that silent entity is Purusha, or the Seer. It is the pure consciousness watching the mind. Classical texts describe it as an eternal presence. While the world churns in chaos, the Seer remains apart and unchanged. This creates a friction between our nature as a perfect, unbothered observer and our subjective experience of chaos and entrapment in daily life. Samyoga is the collision between pure consciousness and the chaotic material world. Sutra 2.24 defines the root of this junction as avidya, or spiritual ignorance, the inability to distinguish the eternal self from the temporary mind. To explain this misidentification, Sankhya philosophy uses the metaphor of the clear crystal and the red flower. The pure seer is the crystal, the mind is the flower. Sitting close to the blossom, the crystal absorbs the color, appearing red. This same illusion happens within us. When the mind is flooded with anger or sadness, the seer absorbs that reflection and mistakenly concludes, "I am angry," or "I am sad." This confusion is the singular root of all human suffering. We are bound not by physical chains, but by the illusion that we are the changing objects we observe. The scene, or Prakriti, encompasses the human intellect, the ego, and the mind alongside the physical world. Sutra 2.19 explains that everything in the scene is constructed from three primary forces, known as the gunas. Sattva is the principle of illumination and clarity. In the mind, it manifests as peace, understanding, and balance. Rajas is the principle of action and passion. It manifests as desire, restlessness, and the drive to change the status quo. Tamas is the principle of inertia and dullness, appearing as lethargy, ignorance, and stagnation. Because the human mind is entirely composed of these three warring gunas, it is designed to constantly oscillate. Seeking permanent peace within the mind is mechanically impossible. Sutra 2.20 explains that the seer only understands the world through the coloring of the intellect, acting like a mirror reflecting reality. When the turbulence of the gunas hit that intellect, the reflection fractures, forcing the seer to witness a warped and chaotic version of reality. If this system is inherently distorted and causes suffering, why does the physical and mental universe exist at all? Sutra 2.18 provides the answer. The universe is neither a random accident nor a cosmic punishment. Its first purpose is to provide experience, or bhoga. The physical world acts as a classroom, providing the necessary interactions the soul requires to evolve. Its second purpose is to allow release, or apavarga. By exhausting these experiences, the seer eventually remembers its true, separate nature. The pain and chaos of life are actually the precise mechanical functions of a universe designed solely to teach the soul how to be free. What happens to the world when a seer finally learns this lesson and achieves realization? Sutra 2.22 explains that for the realized individual, the binding magnetic power of the material world is destroyed. The physical universe does not vanish. It continues on as a classroom for everyone else who is still learning. This leads to kaivalya, or absolute independence, as described in Sutra 2.25. The junction between the seer and the seen is permanently severed. In this state, the soul realizes it never actually underwent birth, death, or suffering. It was merely nature moving and reflecting around it. Ultimate liberation in yoga is the absolute clarity that you are never truly bound. Understanding the cosmic machinery of the seer and the seen is a compelling theory, but intellectual understanding alone does not stop suffering. If our ignorance is deeply hardwired into our intellect and ego, what is the actual mechanical process to wipe the lens clean? Patanjali did not just leave us with a theory, he provided a step-by-step manual. Next time, we break down the 8 limbs of yoga, the practical roadmap to Kaivalya.